Yeah,
yeah, we will have to
yeah.
see.
I think let's start straight off. So
Yes.
Ajinkya Rahane as a choice of captain because now that you've lost Shreyas Iyer, you had to make someone the captain. I thought the ideal choice would have been Venkatesh Iyer because simply because he's the highest paid player this season. He has had a great year last year. But they decided to go with Ajinkya Rahane. I don't really see him playing all the games in this season for this squad, so I'm pretty unsure straight off the bat with Kolkata with the captaincy choice that they've made.
9, 10, 11 are fixed in Vaibhav Arora, Harshit Rana, and Varun Chakravarti. So you have to play these three. Uh, Play a role of a pinch hitter and just score as much as he can. But yeah, they should ideally start with Quinton de Kock and Sunil Narayan because it's a good combination to start with.
तो क्या लग रहा है?
धोनी कोहली तो सिर्फ नेम है।
करेक्ट। चलो फिर गेम दिखाते हैं।
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Cast Away. I'm Nishant. I'm joined by Divyansh, and today is going to be a big one because the favorite time of the year is back. The IPL is back this weekend, and I'm really excited and looking forward to it. But how are you, Divyansh? How has your week been, and how excited are you to finally start another season of IPL?
Yes, so I am really good, and yeah, it has been a slow week since we won the Champions Trophy, since there is not much of a cricket action happening during these days, except we got a really great match last night in the women's IPL, and Mumbai Indians toppled the Delhi this time, which was long due. So I think, yeah, apart from that, there is nothing much happening on the cricket front as such. But yeah, the treat of the summer is back, and like it's sorted for us for the next 2 months, and happy to begin joining all these games virtually, and if possible, if there is a game nearby, I would also like to go there and watch it in person. So yeah, really happy for the IPL 2025, and hopefully it would be the biggest and the grandest of all the versions that have happened till now.
Yeah, I mean, Delhi is gonna host a few matches, I'm sure. So it'll be a lot of fun to go watch them. The first one is against Lucknow, so Rishabh Pant is actually coming back in the first one. So let's see if we can get tickets for that or something like that. But yeah, I think even I would want to go to at least a few this season. It would be amazing. But yeah, I think let's start. I think Divyansha, what we are gonna do. I wanted to just do a preview of all the teams, but I think it's better if we start match by match. So I think in the first five matches we cover all the 10 teams, and that ways I think it's gonna be perfect. So
Yeah,
let's.
definitely.
Yeah, so let's start with the first game of IPL 2025, which is Kolkata versus RCB. Uh, Straight off the bat, what are your thoughts about this one? The defending champions in Kolkata taking down, yeah, the probably the most popular side in the IPL, which is the RCB.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great match, and as has been the tradition, we start with the winners of the last season. So rightly said, but there are some significant changes in the KKR squad as we see the winning captain is no more there with the KKR, and they don't have the services of the fiery Mitch Stark. So these are some huge holes to fill within this 11, and we will talk about this in detail. But yeah, on a first glance, it looks a good team. But there are a lot of ifs. If they will fire, how will they take up to the responsibility? How Ajinkya Rahane will fare in terms of the captaincy? What is his form like? Because if he is a captain, then he has to be in the 11 definitely. So no more being a impact player. So yeah, there are a lot of changes here. So
Yeah.
yeah, we will have to
Yeah,
see.
I think let's start straight off. So
Yes,
Ajinkya Rahane as a choice of captain, because now that you've lost Shreyas Iyer, you had to make someone the captain. I thought the ideal choice would have been Venkatesh Iyer, because simply because he's the highest paid player this season. He has had a great year last year. But they decided to go with Ajinkya Rahane. I don't really see him playing all the games in this season for this squad. So I'm pretty unsure straight off the bat with Kolkata with the captaincy choice that they've made.
yeah, probably it's a year of transition for KKR. So maybe they don't want to straight away give the captaincy to Venkatesh Iyer, who has never done this, and it becomes a huge pressure which impacts his game as well. Like as we have seen in the CSK when Jadeja was handed the captaincy by MS, and he simply crumbled under the pressure, and MS had to come in the middle of season and take back the captaincy. So probably they have taken a lesson from that, and they just want to make it a slow transition. Maybe, as you are rightly saying, probably the first seven matches or first half, Ajinkya leads the team, but also Venkatesh learning the ropes from much more experienced guy like Ajinkya, and then probably gradually sinking into that role. So that might be the idea.
I think
Because
Ajinkya is
yeah,
very experienced,
yes,
so I don't think he crumbles under the pressure of the captaincy. I think he's made to be a captain, so that's not my worry here. And my worry is simply the recent IPL form that he has had. So this year in the domestic circuit, Ajinkya has been actually very good. He scored at
yes,
a strike rate of around 160 in the tournaments, the T20 domestic tournaments that he's played. So his tempo of batting is actually increasing, which if he can convert that to IPL, I think he is good to go for the entire season as the captain of this side. It's just that what kind of batting form does he bring in? Because
right.
if his strike rate there is around 110 or 120, then I think in that kind of a situation you can't keep him as a captain, because you have to play him every match, and that becomes an issue. But yeah, if he can carry forward the form that he has shown domestically, then I think it would be a good punt.
Correct. That's very true. And yeah, he probably if an opening slot is better suited, or probably a number three, where he has done that role in the CSK squad as well, where he used to come around eighth or ninth over and just try to up the tempo from the first ball. So probably that kind of a role he might want to play here as well. And for Venkatesh Iyer, I think he just should forget the price tag that has come with him this season, the 23 crore plus price tag. I think if he just completely washed it away from his mind so that he can focus on his game. Otherwise, if he feels added responsibility to deliver on that price tag, that might turn a bit negative for him.
I think the main reason Kolkata won the title last year was the partnership between Phil Salt and Sunil Narayan. Phil Salt no longer is part of the KKR, so um, uh, they have brought in Quinton de Kock, who
Yes.
is now on the other side of 30s, and actually over the past couple of years have provided diminishing returns to whichever side he has been a part of. We actually, going into every season, we have no idea how Narayan is going to perform with the bat. He was very, very good last year. He was the MVP. But again, after that, when he went to the West Indies and other tournaments around the world, the batting runs just dried up. So you don't know what's going to happen there. they have Quinton de Kock, but who do you think is going to open with him? Because I'm pretty certain that de Kock will open, but I think it will be either de Kock or Gurbaz at the start, and then somebody else, either a Sunil Narayan or maybe even Ajinkya starts.
Yeah, I think they would start probably with Sunil Narayan because he excelled in this role last year as well, and he feels at home at that position because he has the clear role definition there that he just has to go from ball one. But if probably a 2-3 matches failure can lead to Ajinkya replacing him, and probably then Sunil comes at a number seven kind of a situation where just he just has to uh, play a role of a pinch hitter and just score as much as he can. But yeah, they should ideally start with Quinton de Kock and Sunil Narayan because it's a good combination to start with. As Sunil has experienced, Quinton de Kock has done really well for Lucknow as well as Mumbai in the past. So I think yeah, this is the combination that they should go with. But yeah, if even if Quinton does not uh, give us good starts, then they can look at Rahman Lagurbaz for that role because he has been in a very good form, even in the Champions Trophy and in the last few tournaments, white ball tournaments. So I think, yeah, they have a good amount of backups in terms of the opening. But yeah, if Ajinkya has to come at number one at an opening spot, then there has to be a rejig of the entire batting order that can be a bit tricky for KKR.
Yeah, so do you think it's gonna be so as you said it's gonna be Quinny and Narayan for the opening spot? That is exactly where I am. I think that's where
Yeah.
we start, and after that, let's see how well Narayan is performing at the top. But then for me, then number three Ajinkya is fairly locked there.
Definitely.
Uh, but this young kid, Ankush Rakuvanshi, had been scoring fairly good runs last year at number three and number four. Do you think it compromises his development to a certain extent? Because he is that quintessential Subman Gill kind of a player who plays very good at the number three spot. Number four onwards, you have to play a lot of spinners and accelerate in the middle order. Do you think he forms the part of the first 11, first of all? And do you think he compromised? He is compromised basically because of Rahane.
Yeah, probably he may get compromised for starters because I think then number four, it has to be either Venki Iyer to come onto because he is also a solid batter in the middle and he needs some time to settle in. He just can't come at number six and just throw his bat
Yeah,
around. So,
exactly. Exactly, that's my point. So Venki would be any which ways coming at four, whoever number three is,
right,
and then Russell will be five, and Rinku would be your six,
six, yes.
right? Then Raghuvanshi can't really come at number seven because he's not that kind of a batter.
Right.
So probably with Ajinkya coming in, it kind of compromises his spot a bit.
Definitely, definitely. Because 9, 10, 11 are fixed in Vaibhav Arora, Harshit Rana, and Varun Chakravarti. So you have to play these three. So I think, yeah, and Sunil Narayan and Varun are our spin options. Vaibhav and Harshit gives us fast bowling options along with overs from Dreras. So I think, yeah, there is a and in a if we want an express pace, then we would go towards Enric Norke as a replacement for Mitch Stark. So I think Ankush Raghuvanshi looks more of an impact substitute as of now. Not really there in the first squad as of now. And yeah, and even there is an option of Manish Pandey. So if we need someone to stabilize in the middle order, there is always a Manish Pandey, the long time veteran of KKR. So I think yeah, there
Yeah.
are limited opportunities for Ankush here.
Yeah. I think if KKR has a good season this year, it would be a lot dependent on obviously Rinku Singh. His form will dominate a lot of what KKR do.
Yes.
Uh, Obviously, they have Venki Iyer, who has been their most expensive buy, and all eyes would be on him. But that middle partnership between Russell, Rinku, and Iyer, I think that is where the game is won and lost for Kolkata.
Definitely, definitely, yeah. So even yeah, Andre Russell, Venkatesh Iyer, and I think probably a Harshit Rana, because now he's not a rookie anymore. He is very well all format player for international team. So I think there would be lot more expectations from him to deliver, not just from the bowling, but probably give 8 to 15 runs of short cameos at number 8 maybe, or number 9. So I think, yeah, these three players would be the key for KKR's success. Like if because Dreras was their MVP last season, like he
Yeah,
scored 400 plus runs and he also took 19 wickets, which is a tremendous performance from an
yeah.
all-rounder. So Dreras would be the key here, because if he does not fire like last time, then it would be tough to find his replacement. And probably then we have to look at someone like a Roman Powell as a like for like replacement, but I'm not sure how good of a bowling option he is, because Dreras is just tremendous when he comes in the middle and just bowls that into the wicket heavy ball, which is not easy to play. So yeah, then things can get tough for KKR. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they went just a bit overboard with the price for an a year, because then they weren't able to actually get back Nitish Rana, who has been their captain in the past in the absence of Shreyas Iyer, which do you think there was no place for Nitish Rana in the starting 11? That's why they didn't go for him, or it was just that they went overboard with Iyer and then there was no purse left?
I think it had to be an exchange between Ajinkya Rahane and Nitish Rana. I think there is only place for one in the
Yeah,
squad. Probably if even
yeah,
if they have gotten Nitish Rana in, he might not he would not have made into the playing 11 majority of the time. So they thought it's better to spill that purse on Venki Iyer, because Venki Iyer was also targeted by RCB heavily, because they wanted an
yeah,
Indian all-rounder to stabilize their middle order, because RCB is really short on Indian batsmen. So yeah, so
yeah.
that's why they went all out for him. And luckily, the opening match is against the same team which was eyeing for Venki. So yeah, it's just
Yeah,
amazing how things turn out in IPL.
yeah. Another, I think, so they have brought in Nortje, and that's, I think, if Nortje stays fit throughout the season, I think he would be a very good option for them. But they've also brought in Umran Malik,
Yes.
who for the past 2 years hasn't really done anything in the IPL. When he burst into the scene, we were all very excited about it, but that hasn't really worked out for him. Kolkata loves its fast bowlers from Shoaib Akhtar till the last year with Stark. Do you think Umran Malik gets a few games in this squad, or he's just used as a backup?
Probably they would want to try, especially in the case Vaibhav Arora does not turn out to be that effective. But I think, yeah, Vaibhav has a different skill set. He's really good at moving the ball out in the initial over. So I think if they want to try some changes, some a team which is like very used to play on a slow wicket like a Lucknow, where the wickets are very slow. So probably if Lucknow comes to Eden Gardens or they go to Ekana Stadium, probably they just want to bounce out some of them. So
Yeah,
then in that case, Umran Malik can be used, but I think he's not the first priority bowler in this lineup, because Harshit and Vaibhav have done so well last year that
yeah,
they have sort of made their birthright to have their place in the playing 11.
yeah,
So yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
it's a good backup to have.
Uh,
in terms of Umran Malik.
Yeah. So with the combination of Yuzi and Ashwin breaking up this time, do you think Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakraborty are the best spin bowling player in the league right now? Simply because I think Varun is only gonna get better and better in the next couple of
Yeah,
years as well. And
definitely,
Narayan,
definitely.
though his stats are going down, but he looks very good as
I
well.
would have had second thoughts if Noor and Rashid were not broken up as well. But since now they are also
Yeah.
not playing for the same team, so yeah, probably yes. For starters, yeah, they both very good spin pair, Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan, and they both bring different things to the table. And yeah, it would be a treat to watch them. But if Sunil Narayan does not work out, probably they will get Moeen Ali as a spin option and who can
That is
play
exactly.
anywhere in the order. So they have a like for like
Yeah.
replacement for Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was coming on because this is a very shrewd buy in Moeen Ali that
Yes,
they have done. And I think it's simply because, as you rightly said, if by chance Sunil Narayan is not performing that well with the bat and he's not taking many wickets with the ball, then you probably bring in Moeen Ali, who is a guarantee that he'd be a better batter over the course of the
yes,
season. And maybe he takes a few wickets less, but if Varun is performing to his optimum level, then I think you can take that gamble. But Sunil is simply right now too expensive a buy for them to probably think about those
definitely,
things.
definitely. He will be a backup option unless because with Sunil Narayan you don't know when his batting form just degrades from 10 to 0. So that's a risk that KKR has taken, but they have a very pretty suitable backup as well.
Yeah, they also have one of your favorite IPL players in Rohman
Yes,
Powell sitting
yes,
there.
definitely.
I think it would be a treat to watch a game where Russell and Powell are both batting on the crease and going all guns blazing. That would be carnage.
Definitely, definitely. And talking about new captains, we also have a new name in the opposition, quite surprising. But yeah, since now RCB does not have Faf, so it has to be Rajat Patidar.
Yeah, before we just move to RCB, just last question. Do you think KKR makes to the playoffs this year
Uh,
based on the quality and the squad that they have?
I'm not really sure. Probably there would be a toss-up, like either it stays at number five, but there can be run rate scenarios where it can qualify because they have a firepower. So probably on the run rate they can just sneak in at number four. But as of now, looking at this without having a fair idea of the forms of all these batsmen, it would be a really big punt because we have Ajinkya Rahane, we
Yeah.
have Quinton de Kock, we have Sunil Narayan, whose returns are not very guaranteed as of now. So probably it's a big bet that KKR has taken.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think that they make it to the playoffs simply because I think they have lost a lot more than they have gained in this
right.
window. So losing out Shreyas, losing Phil Salt, I think those two for me are huge holes there, which I don't think Phil Salt and Quinny de Kock at this stages of their careers are like for
Yes.
like. Again, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, he's been very good for Afghanistan, but over the course of a season in IPL hasn't been that great. So I personally don't see KKR in the top
Yeah.
four. So yeah, moving on. Let's continue with
Yeah.
RCB.
So looking at Phil Salt, so if he does not fire, then KKR would be having the last laugh in the first match because they would breathe quite easy if Phil Salt does not fire, if he does not come with the same form as he was in last year. But yeah, for RCB, there are huge changes. They have a new captain, Rajat Patidar. They have a new opener, Phil Salt. And Virat Kohli, as always, will be there. But they have packed some firepower in terms of Tim David as well, lower down the order, Jacob Bethel. These all are the all-round options who are very handy with the bat, and they also like they offer multiple dimensions. They bring multiple dimensions to the game. So yeah, it looks a promising side on paper, but The biggest question mark for me is how good this comes all together under the captaincy of Rajat Patidar. That would be a huge, huge question for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I think when I look at RCB every year, it's the same thing. I just first look at the bowling because I think the batting has always been stacked and will be
Yes,
stacked. So I think Hazelwood is great. I really like him. So he's in there. I think Lungi Angidi is there, which is great. So, but then if you're playing both Hazelwood Wood and Angidi, then you're taking two spots. You're obviously gonna go with
yes,
Phil Salt, who's your
yes.
number three. Then you would probably want Liam Livingston as your fourth because he provides you with that spin, so he can do that bit of work for you in the middle with Krunal Pandya, who has again been a good signing for them, if you ask me, because they needed that spin in the middle order. But then that means you've also brought in likes of Tim David, as you said, Jacob Bethel is there, Romario
Yeah.
Shepherd is there. They can only play four out of them. I'm pretty not sure right now what exact combination would they
I
go
think
with.
it would be only one. It would be either Hazelwood or Lungi Ngidi because they have to have these all-round options. So probably like Phil Salt makes it for me in the overseas player. Tim David makes it for me, and then we have Hazelwood, and it would be either Jacob Bethel or Liam Livingston because they both offer the same things. But Livingston being a more seasoned IPL player, he would get the first cut. But yeah, these are the four overseas player for me because RCB has always been dependent on the batting firepower, so they would want Liam Livingston and Tim David doing the work in the death overs, just
See,
pushing that
see that's
total an extra 20 runs ahead because they never had confidence in the bowling. But yeah, Josh Hazelwood is a really good addition to the side, but I'm not sure how prepared he will come because he's coming back from an injury, a break he took from Champions Trophy. So let's see how good he comes in the side.
Yeah, but then that means you've already lost Siraj, so you have your bowling spearhead not
Yeah.
there anymore. You've brought in Bhuvi, but I'm not pretty sure how fit he is at this point of his career to bowl that. And in Chinnaswamy, even if you're bowling in the first 4 overs, you're completing your quota of overs. You can go for a lot of runs in
Yes.
Chinnaswamy. You have again Tushara there, who is again a foreigner, so you can only play four. Yash Dayal is there, who has performed well for them in the
Yes.
last season. But as a pace bowling side, if you are playing Bhuvi and Yash Dayal and Josh Hazelwood are your three fast bowlers, I think there's something lacking in
Yeah,
there.
definitely. So basically, from spin options, they are looking at like Livingston can give them spin overs, and then probably a Suyash Sharma comes in. These are their spin options prominently, and yeah,
Kunal will play
Krunal will
every
play,
game. I
so
think
that is
Kunal,
another spin
yeah,
option. So you have got three
yeah.
spin options there. So I think they are more or less covered. But there is another question mark. Like if Virat Kohli opens with Phil Salt, then comes Devdutt Padikkal at number three, whose form is a bit iffy since the last year. I think he, especially in the IPL, he has not able to fire all the cylinders that he has got. So I think, yeah, that number three again becomes a very big question mark after the opening pair
Yeah,
because Rajat Patidar has to come at number four because he has the greatest strike rate against spin, which is the
yeah,
Achilles heel
yeah,
of rest of the lineup, rest of the batters that they have, including Virat Kohli, guys like
yeah.
Phil Salt. They have not fared really well against spin, so they have to have Patidar at number four.
Yeah, I think Padikkal needs to fire
Yes,
for them to succeed in this one because, as you rightly said, Rajat needs to come at four, and after that, the squad takes
yes,
shape itself. So then you have Liam Livingston if you're playing him. If you're playing Bethel, Bethel comes straight after that. You have the firepower. You have Tim David who would score at the down the order. You've replaced Dinesh Karthik with Jitesh Sharma, who I think again again is gonna be the one who should
Yes,
have a
yes,
great season if they
right,
want to perform well, because Padikkal and Jitesh Sharma basically are these two cogs. We know Virat is gonna have a great season. He
right.
always does in IPL. Rajat Patidar, whenever he has been fit, he has been very, very good
Really,
for RCB. That's there. So it has to be between Padikkal and Jitesh. And if I think if either one of them is not performing, the other one takes their side. But Jitesh can go up the order. Padikkal, I don't think, can come down
right,
the
right.
order and play. So I think that's why Padikkal and Jitesh need to have
Padikkal
really
has
good
to be
seasons
in
for
top
them.
three because he does not have the game to bat at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has to
Yeah.
fire, otherwise there's no place. He does not then get a place in the playing 11. So yeah, he has to be. But I think he would be in this match's playing 11 because they would want to show confidence in their number three. And if he does reasonably well in the first 2 3 matches, I think then RCB looks a more promising side. And then I think I also see
Yeah.
them in top four as well.
No, I don't see that. I don't see RCB in top four this year as well. Simply because again there are a lot of things to consider. Faf du Plessis had been
Yes,
so great for them. He had been immense for them, and him and Kohli opening the batting was perfect for them. Now with Phil Salt, we've seen in the Champions Trophy his form hasn't been that great. How well does he come to the scene? Chinnaswamy is a great batting wicket, which he would obviously love, but there's still a bit of a doubt for me there. So a lot would depend on if Rajat Patidar can outscore Virat Kohli this season, because again Virat Kohli on an average season would give you
yes,
500,
yes,
600 runs. So if Patidar can outscore Virat Kohli, then you get into a lot of things and a top four discussion. But as of now, when we're just comparing the squad, I think they are a high quality fast bowler lacking, high quality
yes,
Indian fast bowler lacking. You have Krunal Pandya and Liam Livingston, but then again, cutting edge in spin is lacking, just like UG Chahal or Varun
right.
Chakravarti isn't there. So all of these things considered, I don't see them in the top four, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's see what
So
happens.
this was our review on these two sides on the first match.
So before we move on to the next game, so this one is going to be happening in the Eden's Gardens. Who do you think comes
I
out on
think
top
it's
in this one?
advantage KKR just because of the familiarity with the home ground, and I think Ajinkya Rahane has the smarts as a captain to rally whatever side he has got to victory. Because yeah, he is a very seasoned player and he is a very thinking and very adaptive captain. So I think he would be able to take this side to the win in this match.
Yeah, I think again, for me, KKR, I think just marginally edged past RCB, though RCB has a better away record than they
Yes.
have a home record. So probably they would fancy their chances to go out in Eden Garden and score a lot of runs and win this game. But simply because this is the first match, it would be home advantage KKR. I think
Yeah,
KKR
simply
wins
based
this
on the
one.
captains, which one is a more experienced captain who would be able to hold his nerve in pressure situations? My take is for
Yeah,
KKR.
yeah. Then going on to SRH versus
Yes,
Rajasthan Royals. I mean, now we are coming to the meat of things. I mean, you have Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. Let's start
right.
with SRH. Now you go in and buy Ishan Kishan. So if you even lose an opener early on, you have a opener at number three who is exactly of the same strike rate. What are SRH
I
trying to
think
do to IPL?
this will be the first team to break the 400 barrier this year. I think it is going to happen this year, probably at
Yeah.
Chinnaswamy or in Hyderabad. This record is going to come. Is this record is going down? I think, and the Hyderabad will be involved in that particular match. So yeah, that is the devastation. That is the ammunition they are carrying in this side, and they are simply going with the same
I mean,
motto, like destroy them in the first 7 overs
yeah.
itself.
Look at their top five. It's you start with Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma. You go to Ishan Kishan at number three. You go to Reddy Nitisteddy at number four and
Number
Henrik
five,
Henrik
yeah.
Klassen at number five. I don't think there's a better top five. probably Mumbai does have a equivalent top five, but I'd still think Hyderabad edges
Yeah.
that at the current form. Simply the kind of form that Travis Head and
And
Abhishek
they
Sharma are
all
in.
are 160
This
plus
is
strike
this is a
rate
nightmare of top five.
batsmen, and
Exactly.
all of them are fairly young, firing, and at the peak of their game. So yeah, it would be really really tough to. I think a dust bowl probably in Lucknow or in Chennai, it's the only thing that can hold them down. Otherwise, it looks really tough to stop this team. Like 200 would be like a breakfast for them.
But the only thing that I find that is missing here is Klaasen. If Klaasen bats at number five, you still need that power hitter at a number six or a number seven who would bat alongside Klaasen and get those big hits. I don't see that one player in there. Probably they don't need it simply because the top five is just so strong. But do you think that they miss a player like a Tim David there or an Andre Russell who could have just put it that much sparkling
Probably
on the
yes, but
squad?
then from a team perspective, they're uh, three of their overseas player are already fixed. It's Pat Cummins, it's Klaasen, and it's Travis Head. So they only have one more. Probably if they play a VN Mulder, he can probably do that task at number seven if the team combination allows that. Uh, but yeah, not really sure if they have an Indian batsman in this side to do that. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I think their bowling looks really sorted with Mohammad Shami. There is Harshal Patel who has been really good in IPL. You have Rahul Chahar. So and always you have Jaydev Unadkat. So with the pace bowling, I think they are sorted. When it comes to spinner, they have Adam Zampa. So if you're playing Adam Zampa, you have locked your four foreigners. I don't see apart from Rahul Chahar, who has been a bit hit and a miss in IPL, a genuine cutting edge spinner as well, which they had in
yeah.
Hasaranga last season, but that's
Yeah,
not there
but
this
I
time
think
around.
this team has an equally good pace opening bowl options, which is like next to equal to Mumbai because they have Bolt and Bumrah bowling there.
Yeah,
If Bumrah is fit, I think he is going to miss the first three matches, but he will be there in the rest of the tournament. So Bumrah and Bolt, and here you have Shami and Cummins. So these are the cream of the IPL, the two
yeah,
bowlers giving Hyderabad a start.
yeah,
And if they are coming on the back of a target which is excess of 240, I think this team looks invincible to me. If Pat Cummins and Shami has got 240 to defend
yeah,
with guys like Unadkat and even Rahul Chahar at his 50% can take this side. Uh,
yeah. And Nitish Reddy
yes,
would give you
you have
three
spin
overs
options in
in a
Travis Head
day,
and
so
Abhishek
that's
Sharma
also
as
there.
well. So plenty of depth in this side,
Yeah,
and these guys are full of confidence, and they will gain more of it once they set a good target. Anything in excess of 200, I think they would be betting on themselves to defend that. So yeah, a really really
yeah,
great side for me. Like it
yeah.
straight goes
Yeah.
to the top three for me.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be really strange if they don't make the
Yes.
playoffs this year. For me, they are one of the two best sides this year. The amount of firepower they have, it's simply amazing. I think, yeah, for me, they make it to the top four, and I think they also
Yes,
play the
yes.
final.
So, in terms of the fourth overseas player, do you see VN Mulder playing that role, or would you want an Adam Zampa in there to give them a specialist spinner?
No, I think. Yeah, I think Zampa plays. So that was my thing. The only cutting edge spinner that they have right now who has a good name is Zampa. I think Zampa plays. He becomes their fourth choice. So yeah, because probably they have so many options in the spin and the all round bowling with
Yeah,
Nitish Reddy in there as well. So they can afford to have a specialist in Zampa who has played in pressure situations and
yeah. So
delivered in
this
the
is one
past.
of the sides who have maintained the core of their team, and I think they really did well in retaining Pat Cummins, Heinrich Klaassen, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Nitish Kumar Reddy. I think this is the best core that they could have retained, and they have done, and the management has done their job fairly well. So this is a really, this is a side to you who you don't want to face in the finals or in the knockout games. So yeah, a really really good side they have put together, and some Indian potential is there as well. Guys like Abhinav Manohar and Athar Taide, if they show their flair as a you can say impact player, then probably they might also get some game time. Because a team like this who wins 8 out of 10 matches, I think they can afford to experiment a bit in the middle. So
Yeah.
yeah, really really good side.
Okay, moving on to your team, Rajasthan. They have lost Josh Butler. What do you think? How the squad looks, and yeah, how
Yeah,
is the
it
team
looks
stacked up for this season?
quite a weak side to me as compared to what it was last year, simply because of three players that they have lost. They have lost Ashwin, they have lost Chahal, and they have lost Joss Butler. So they have got problems in batting and problems in bowling. So all over this team has become weaker by 20% at least for me, because then you are relying a
Yeah.
lot on inexperienced guys. Like if you open with Yashasvi and Sanju Samson, then who comes at number three? It has to be either Riyan Parag, because they don't have a firing you can say overseas player in the opening spot. So I think then
Yeah.
Riyan Parag comes in, and then number four has to be uh, Dhruv Jurel or maybe Hetmeyer. So I think, and Dhruv Jurel has not, I have not seen him batting really well in the past few months. So there are a lot of ifs in this side. From the bowling, also they have only retained, or they have managed to get Sandeep Sharma back. But apart from that, yeah, Jofra Archer, there would be a question on his fitness, whether he will be able to sustain throughout the tournament. But yeah, Jofra Archer, if he fires, then
Yeah.
it looks a good bowling side, along with Hasaranga and Sandeep Sharma and Tushar Deshpande.
So I think that the big problem for them, as you rightly said, so they have lost Ashwin and Yuzi, and but they've replaced them both with Theeksana and
Yeah,
Hasaranga. Now you can't play both
correct.
Theeksana and Hasaranga, because if you're playing Theeksana, Hasaranga, and you're playing Jofra Archer as well, then that's three of your overseas players. Then you taking in Shamron
Yes,
Hetmeyer because he needs to play. Then that takes care of your four. Then I think then you're
correct.
very very light on batting. Because Sanju Samson and Yashasvi aren't gonna take care of every game. Riyan Parag,
Big season.
he
Yes,
needs to have a big season. But there just the hole that Ashwin and Yuzi have left in there, I don't think they'll be able to fill
right.
that over the course of the season. And also so they have brought in Nitish Rana, but they have again lost your favorite player Rovman Pavel in there. So who at the back end gives you that impetus to actually score those runs apart from Hetmeyer? He would need some help. We have seen Dhruv Jurel is a very good test player, but in the actual IPL games, he hasn't
Right,
really lit
right.
up the IPL that much. So I think a bit of a power is missing in their batting,
Definitely,
which
and
is a cause
with
of concern
at
for
the low
Rajasthan.
in the lower order, I see only Hasaranga to play that role, but there would be a big if on his fitness and how good of a form he has come into the IPL. But yeah, if he can perform that role, but still there are few gaps there. Probably someone like Shubham Dubey has to pitch in every time, because you can't rely on Yashasvi and Sanju every game to deliver. So guys like Riyan Parag, Shimran Hetmeyer, and Dhruv Jurel has to have a good IPL to
Yeah,
take them to the
yeah,
finish line in especially when they are chasing, because the middle order really comes into the picture when they are chasing. So guys like
Yeah,
Rian and Shimran Atmar have to, like, they have to grow into the role of a senior in this team, and they have to take the chase in their hands. So I think, yeah, it looks a really inexperienced side to me, because in terms of the Indian talent, you have like Vaibhav Suryavanshi is just for traveling in there. I don't see him playing in the first 11 at the age of 14. So he's just there to gain experience. Then you have Shubham Dubey,
yeah,
who has to put his hand up. The role that Mahipal Lomror used to play earlier in RR's side, I think he has to do that thing. And yeah,
yeah. I think if you look at it, so Jofra
yes,
Archer 100% plays. If Jofra plays, then either of us, Sandeep Sharma or Tushar Deshpande, are a good
yes,
rotating pace bowling option with him, because Jofra becomes your leading fast bowler. Hasaranga 100% plays, not only because of his spin but because
right,
of his power hitting ability down. Then
yeah.
you have a Shamron Hetmeyer who 100% plays. After that, who is your fourth international who plays like all the matches? Because I can't see anyone that you would bank on to
So
play all the
Archer,
matches.
Hasaranga,
It can either be
yeah,
Theekshana or it could be Faruqi, but then it leaves your batting a
yes,
bit
yes.
light,
Yeah, so
is what the
definitely
point is.
the batting is light, and the Indian players have to do majority of the heavy lifting, because apart from Shimron Hetmyer, you don't have anyone in the top five who can
Yeah.
carry the side. So
I think again this team has a Josh
yes,
Butler kind of hole, but that is obvious. But even in the Indian core, they have
yeah,
a Devdutt Padikkal kind of hole, because if Devdutt has a good season, then they could probably use a Devdutt at number three, because then that sends a Riyan Parag to number four, where then you can actually have make use
yeah.
of the abilities
Probably
of
they are
Hasaranga a
expecting a
lot
lot
better.
more from Nitish Rana, as he has come into the side to perform. Maybe they want to use him, give him the responsibility and use him at number three. The old Nitish Rana that used to play at number three for KKR. So probably they are expecting him to
Yeah,
deliver in the same role. If that goes well, then it's a much
yeah.
balanced side. Otherwise, yeah, the batting is really iffy here. But yeah, they always surprise, and this is one of the teams that starts really well and then slightly falters in the mid. So probably I'm expecting the same. If they get their team combination right, they would win their first 4 5 matches, and then they would struggle in the middle. So how they come back from that struggle is that will define their destiny in this tournament for me.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
That not really. It would be a surprise for, I think, everyone if they manage to beat SRH in this match.
I don't see Rajasthan in my top four at this moment. So moving on to the third match of the Sunday, which would be a Sunday evening match, which is CSK versus Mumbai. So Divyansh, what we'll do is we'll cover this as our last game for this episode, and the remaining four teams probably we'll cover in the next episode. So anyone who wants to watch the remaining four teams can go to the episode which we'll upload after this, and you can probably take care of that. So. So the two biggest teams of the IPL and CSK and Mumbai. What do you think? Take the floor with any one of them. You can start with.
Been since ages, because these are the two teams who have been winners the maximum number of time, and CSK, who has been to the playoffs for 12 times, if I remember correctly. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's as big as it gets. And yeah, in terms of squad, I would like to start with CSK. So this time, I think they would be pretty happy, since Devon Conway is fit and playing, and their original opening combination will be back in terms of Ruturaj and Devon Conway. So one thing is that they have gotten sorted. After that, I think this side still looks slightly weak in terms of Indian batsmen. They have got the names who have been in play since long, but we are not sure how in form they would be. Like guys like Vijay Shankar, guys like Deepak Huda, how much they are able to deliver, that would be a question. Apart from that, from overseas players' perspective, they have got Rachin Ravindra, they have got Devon Conway, and they have got Jamie Overton, who is a very good buy. Uh,
Simply because your Pathirana is your starter every day. When you have Pathirana, you've taken care of your spin with Ashwin, so that's a good thing. So you don't need Theekshana every time. But again, you have Pathirana, you have Conway, you have Rachin Ravindra. All three play every game for me. So that fourth foreigner slot, I think.
Fourth would be a toss up between Jamie Overton or Sam Curran. If you want to strengthen your batting, you play Sam Curran, or if you want to just go with a more pace option, then Jamie Overton is the guy. So I think these four would be the and even you can try someone like Nathan Ellis, who is good with his slower ones. So the pitches which do not offer that much of a pace. So probably if Chennai wickets are favoring spin more, I think Ellis comes in. Uh, so yeah, that would be the combination. Yeah, but Pathirana, Conway, and probably Rachin are there in every match they can play.
I think I'm super excited to see Rahul Tripathi and the Dhoni's tutelage. So because CSK has a habit of turning out players who have lost their way a bit and making them great again. And I remember a time when Rahul was rated as highly as you rate Rajat Patidar, and he has all the shots in the book. So if Rahul Tripathi can come good for them in that middle order, I think CSK then becomes a really strong side because you open with Rituraj Gaikwad and Devon Conway. You have number three coming in as number three as Ravindra Jadeja. That four becomes Tripathi, and then you have a good top four. Dhoni is also fit, so Jadeja and Dhoni also come into play a lot more, which I think gives them a good starting point to build on. Uh, but again, Shivam Dubey would. How do you? Yeah, he's in good form, but how do you use Shivam Dubey here now is for me the whole issue because Shivam Dubey is your big hitter, but he's also the one that you want against the spinners. So if you put in Shivam Dubey at number four, you're wasting Rahul Tripathi there, and again you're wasting Shivam Dubey at number six as well because you want that Jadeja at number five.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's a good headache to have for Rituraj. Probably, like one of the opinions I read online is that only one of the Devon Conway and Rachin Ravindra plays because they would want more bowling options who can bat, and that gives Rachin Ravindra an edge, and he is in his peak form. And if you play only Rachin Ravindra, then you have got options lower down the order. You can play a Jamie Overton.
Yeah, but that means you're depending on then a player like a Deepak Hooda or a Vijay Shankar to have a good season, which we would only know because with Conway, if you're not playing Conway, what you're missing out on is on his day Conway can take the game away in the first 6 overs. I don't think Rachin Ravindra he can be more consistent and score a lot more runs than Conway over the season, but I think the strike rate wise, I think Conway is still a bit ahead of Ravindra at that thing. And I think even for the middle order number three position, I think Ravindra is the perfect player for you. Or then you if you're opening with Ravindra, I think then Rahul Tripathi moves to number three for you.
Yes, I see Rahul Tripathi is really fit because he showed some good small glimpses of brilliance from SRH last year. So I think open with Rituraj and Conway, then comes Rahul Tripathi at number three. Then number four, probably you can bring in Shivam Dubey. because by that time the spin is in play full-fledgedly, and then someone from
And you don't have a finisher because Jadeja is not gonna score at 180. And if Dhoni is fit enough to play 20 or even 30 balls in a game, then that's fine. I think then Dhoni becomes your power hitting finisher. But if Dhoni is only playing 5 6 balls in a match, I think then you're a batter light.
Yeah, so they would want Deepak Hooda to fill in that place. Then comes Dhoni and Jadeja lower in the order. And probably they have got a guy like Ashwin who has played a few cheeky innings for Rajasthan Royals. So probably they can experiment with someone like Ashwin at number five. You don't know that because Ashwin,
I think I, I think it's a
yes,
great
yes,
story. Ashwin coming back to play in Chennai. I think DK keeps talking
right.
about it. He never got a chance to play for Chennai, but Ashwin, now that he's back there, he would finish his career in Chennai. I think it's going
Definitely,
to be great. I think
definitely.
he's going to
Nobody
have a great
knows these
season for me.
pitches better than Ashwin. He has been here since his childhood, so I think he would be raring to go, and he would have in his mind already thought of 100 different plans to get someone out. So I think yeah, we would get to see the brilliance of Ashwin. These would be the last 3 years that we would get to see Ashwin in play, and what best place would it be if not Chennai? So I think yeah, that would be a treat to watch.
Do you think Chennai makes it to the playoffs?
Yes, I think yes, based on their past record and the way they engineer a winner side out of iffy options, I think yeah, it makes it. As far as MS is there in the management or in during the decision making, if he is involved, he would definitely make sure that at least they make to top four. And I think, yeah, last season also, if they would have not lost to RCB in that match, I think they were in. So, yeah,
For me, I think it's would be very difficult for me for Chennai to make it to the playoffs simply because as I said, there's no player like Tim David or Andre Russell in there who can score at a pace of 180 when it's needed when you're chasing a long total. Again. You have Pathirana, but to support Pathirana, that cutting edge pace bowler, I think again you can play Sam Curran, but if you're playing Sam Curran, you're then missing out on either Conway or Ravindra Jadeja, which is a bit of a situation for me. So at this point of time, I don't see Chennai making it to the top four. But yeah, if Rahul Tripathi, as I said, and a few filler players, as you said, Huda and all, can have a great season, then yeah, they do have a chance. On paper, I don't think that they do.
yeah. Because Sam Curran is also a number three option. He can be. He has done that role for CSK before. Even he has opened in few innings as well.
But he hasn't been playing international cricket. England team isn't selecting him. What kind of form he's coming into in that? For me, Sam Curran is a brilliant IPL player, and I've always liked him. But if you will have to make a choice between a Curran and a Rachin Ravindra at this point in their career, I think you go with Ravindra at this point of time because he can also ball that spin ball. So I think that is where I don't even think Sam Curran starts a lot of games for this team, and that becomes a real issue.
Yeah, and in spinners, we have forgotten Noor Ahmed completely. He is also an option. If you want to play someone like a Noor Ahmed, you definitely have to sacrifice on either Jadeja or either Rachin Ravindra or Sam Curran.
I think that's what it is, right? So they play Jadeja. I don't think they play Noor that much. They play Rachin Ravindra because you then have Ashwin Jadeja and Rachin Ravindra sharing the load in the spin department. So if you're playing Noor, I'm pretty sure you can't play then Conway and Rachin Ravindra both. And for them to work this season, Rachin Ravindra has to play.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah, and in the pace department they have Khalil as well. So probably.
How fit is he? Because Khalil, when he's fit, he's a great IPL bowler. I've loved him in Delhi. He takes a lot of wickets when he's playing. But again, how fit is he? Because most of the times he doesn't play even 50% of the games in a season. So that's a big concern.
That's a concern. Yes, yes. So then moving to the another giant who would probably hoping to turn their fortunes around because last 2 years have not been so good for them, and probably Hardik Pandya is hoping for no more booing this time, a bit more support from their home ground. What do you say? Because I think he has proved himself enough in the last two ICC tournaments that I think nobody would be booing him this time when he comes as a captain for the
I
toss.
think along with Hyderabad, the best team in IPL again this year, though they have lost Ishan Kishan. I mean, still it doesn't really matter for them because they've gotten Will Jacks, who had performed so well in the late part of last year for RCB. Again, a Mumbai pitch, very good to bat on. They have firepower everywhere. Tilak Verma is in a red hot, scintillating form. Surya hasn't been performing that well lately, but we know Surya, when the IPL comes, he turns up. Hardik Pandya is in magical form. Rohit Sharma has just discovered his white ball form again. I think the only question for them is, does Jasprit Bumrah play 70%, 80% of the season, or does he not? Because if he does play 70-80% of the season, I think that combination of Bumrah and Trent Bolt is gonna create nightmare kind of a situation for the batters. And I'm hoping that Bumrah definitely plays 80% of the season for them. I think they're covered in every which way. Apart from that cutting edge spinner, that's the only thing that probably they lack. But apart from that, I think this squad is stacked and it's experienced enough, and everybody is on the top of their game. So I think Mumbai has things are looking really good for them.
Yeah, definitely. There is just that question whether Bumrah plays or not. I think he has not yet got the clearance certificate from the NCA. He is waiting with along with the pace battery of your home team LSG, where Mayank Yadav and I think Mohsin Khan and Avesh Khan, all of them are waiting for clearance from NCA, how fit they are. So it's like the pace battery of LSG and Mumbai. They all are still in doubt whether they would play or not. So, but if he gets to play, I think it can take some times. Probably first couple of matches he may not be able to play, but I see him playing at full capacity at least in April matches.
I mean, they have brought in Deepak Chahar, which again, if Deepak is fit and firing, he has taken the most number of wickets in the power play in the last couple of years. They have Reece Topley and Lizard Williams if something ever happens to Trent Bolt or they want to rest him. So that's there. I mean, you have Mitchell Santner, who is actually bowling the best in his career till now, and now is the New Zealand captain. So I think they have everything covered. That there is Ryan Rickelton again is a great signing because he has performed really well in South Africa, and if he can show that form here, again you have an option of playing either Will Jacks or Ryan Rickelton. Both of them are amazing. So I don't think if Bumrah is fit. I don't think Mumbai has a lot of issues. The only thing, as I said, is they don't have a cutting edge spinner like a Narayan or a Ashwin or a UZ.
Yeah, definitely. There is one more doubt in the batting order. So who do you see coming out at number three? Because if Rohit and Rickelton opens, then is it Tilak Verma that comes at number three?
For me, Surya comes at number three because yeah, Surya comes at number three. He has been coming at number three for internationals as well. I think he likes to play as many deliveries as possible, and he's their best batter in that side when it comes to T20. So I think it's simple. I think Rohit starts with Ryan Rickelton in the first game of the season, followed by number three in Surya. Then you have number four Abhishek, and then Hardik Pandya comes in, and or if you want even more firepower, you can probably even include Will Jacks in there. So that's a decision that they have to make. But I think Surya comes in at number three. Hardik gives them so much of flexibility that they can play anything. They already have an impact player when you have Hardik in the side, and now you're getting another impact player, which I think they just have too many options.
Yeah, definitely. So Surya comes in at three, Tilak at four, then probably Hardik at number five. Uh, or if they want to have someone like a Naman Dheer, then he can come in at five, and then Hardik at six. Seven, I think it's Mitch Santner. Then probably eight is Trent Bolt. Ninth is Deepak Chahar. Then you got a Bumrah.
I think Deepak Chahar bats above Trent Bolt. Simply, he is a better hitter.
And I only one thing is I don't see a specialist spinner here apart from Mujib, because if you have to play Mujib, then you have to sacrifice on one of the pacers.
Think they play Karan Sharma in every game. I think Karan is their Piyush Chawla for this season. I think Karan Sharma plays in every game, and
Karan Sharma will play and he will probably support Mitch Santner in the spin department.
exactly. So that's how they make up the numbers. So for me, Karan Sharma and Mitch Santner play.
Yeah. So and I think Tilak Verma also bowls.
A bit. But see, you have Trent Bolt who starts all the games. You have Mitch Santner who starts all the games. You have Will Jacks and Ryan Rickelton. So these are your four. Or do you see it's either Will Jacks or Rickelton, and you bring in someone else as well from the foreign department?
Yeah. So I see Rickelton, Santner, and then you have Trent Bolt, and then probably fourth is either Will Jacks or Mujib. So Will Jacks is an all-rounder. He can also bowl a bit, but if you want a specialist one, then you have to go to Mujib. Otherwise, yeah, Will Jacks, Rickelton will be there.
Will Jacks and Rickelton both play in that kind of situation because Will Jacks again is so powerful that you can probably put Will Jacks at number five and then Hardik comes at number six and it sorts itself out. So I think Mumbai easily qualify for the top four. They had a very bad season last year. I don't think that's gonna happen again. I love that tattoo ad that they're doing where Rohit says, "पांच आ गए, छठा आने वाला है, जगह ही नहीं है," which I think they have a huge chance to be in the final this year.
Yeah, they will be a much more confident side this time, and with all the support in favor of Hardik Pandya, I think this team can definitely make it to the top four.
First game of the season. Who do you think wins this one between Chennai and Mumbai?
I think due to the advantage of home ground, I think Chennai can beat Mumbai Indians. If this match would have been happening in one at Wankhede, I think then it would have been advantage Mumbai. But at Chennai, it would always be Chennai.
For me, again, Mumbai again hasn't been a fast starter in the last couple of years, so they do tend to lose a couple of matches here and there in the early stages. Uh, Going and playing in Chennai would be very difficult. I think Chennai, because of the whole home advantage and Ashwin being there, the kind of spinning tracks that they're gonna prepare, I think Chennai just has a bit of an edge in this one. But I won't be surprised if Mumbai go there and just kill them because that's the power of their side.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
So I think then this was it for this episode. For the remaining four teams, please log in to watch the next episode, which we'll be uploading soon. This is the Cricket Castaway. Divyansh, any final thoughts before we end this one?
Yeah, I it's just that the bonanza has started, so keep tuning in, and we will bring you more match previews and more analysis coming up. Like this episode will be followed by the remaining four teams analysis, the last two matches in the first 7 days of this IPL 2025. So yeah, keep tuning in, keep subscribing.
And it's gonna be a great time. So looking forward to it. Yeah. Bye bye and keep subscribing. Bye.